Well, I hate to break it to you, buddy. Just Googled Andy Warhol art car price, and the information that came up from 2017, $60 million.
God damn it. Yeah.
Wow.
It just any art car is going to be super expensive. Of course, Andy Warhol's kind of the top of the heap. But, those guys should just have their assistants paint them. You know what I mean? Like, Andy Warhol's not going to paint a whole car.
Like putting your name on a movie as a producer.
Or handing up Andy Leibovitz the camera.
Yeah.
Quentin Tarantino presents.
He's not Earl Scheib. He could barely paint anyway. He was like, get a picture of Marilyn Monroe, paint a little lipstick on her. Like, he didn't want to take that kind of time. They probably gave him a BMW, and he probably did a couple of strokes on the bumper and then handed the thing to his assistant. Well, do what. I do that all the time. I tell my assistant, someone writes a letter like, oh, so-and-so's dog died. We got to write him something of condolence. I just write him something that I would say.
Yeah.
Or write him something that's better than what I would.
Much better than what I would say.
Yeah, so
don't do Adam's best in this situation.
Right. We don't think Andy even painted the whole car, but it's still
That's
the
insane.
Andy Warhol art car for
Jesus.
$60 million. I'm sure that Frank Stella thing is $8 million or something today. But I wouldn't pay.
Let's move forward.
One that got away.
That's right. So we know that Elon Musk is not a stranger to Twitter wars and to calling people out and responding to being called out on Twitter. And it's happening again. He's responded to a repost of a CNN article that quoted David Beasley. He's the director of UN's World Food Program, who said billionaires need to step up now, namely Musk and Jeff Bezos. And Musk, who's reportedly worth almost $300 billion, said it's not that simple, and even attempted to make a deal with Beasley. So this is the quote from the article. Beasley says $6 billion to help 42 million people that are literally going to die if we don't reach them. It's not complicated. So Musk indicated it is that complicated, and he responded to the post on Twitter. He responded to a post from an AI researcher who pointed out that the World Food Program, by the way, already raised $8.4 billion in 2020 and asked why that didn't save world hunger then. They haven't really responded. But then Musk tweeted, if WFP, World Food Program, can describe on this Twitter thread exactly how $6 billion will solve world hunger, I will sell Tesla stock right now and do it. No response yet, as I'm aware of, but I don't know if this is P.T. Barnum strikes again or what, but
well,
it's out there.
We've adopted this retarded notion, which is like, we've lifted 20 million American kids out of poverty. It's like, by giving them $1,800, you're not lifted out of poverty, you fucking idiots. It's like, I could go find a fucking bum and give him $5,000. I'm not lifting him out of poverty. He's just got $5,000 on him now that he didn't have before. So it's like dropping off the sacks of food and stuff. And look, I agree. It'd be nice to feed everybody, but this notion of like, we're all just going to cut checks, and that this guy's the richest guy, it's a retarded math. I go, this guy's so rich, all he has to do is cut a check, and then we'll lift all these people out of whatever. They're in poverty for a lot of reasons, or they're hungry for a lot of reasons, and yeah, we can feed them temporarily, but there's a bunch of reasons why, and those need to be addressed. And also, it's such a weird answer, this new answer of like, these people aren't doing well. Well, let's look around and find someone who is doing well. That guy. Okay, why aren't you doing something for them? This is a fool's errand. This is going to go on forever. We have to figure out what the root causes are of this, and let's start addressing it. Some of it can be helped by money, for sure, but just kind of... we don't really fat shame anymore, but we rich shame now. I mean, I would rather say, hey, Elon, instead of, I don't want a penny from you. I'd like you to put your brain on this one.
Maybe that's your next project.
Yeah, pretend instead of, you want to get to Mars, let's just focus on this. Put a few of your guys on it, because I believe there are solutions, but they don't involve rich guys just giving a percentage of their money.
Well, and like Musk said, I mean, this program is not bankrupt. There is money in it, so why haven't those problems been solved?
Well, I remember the whole, Live Aid in Africa, and we're going back to 84 now.
Yeah. At least.
or mid-early 80s. It's been going on for a while.
Yeah, and then Farm Aid.
Start getting let's go a little more root than actually, grain. Sorry.
I like that. You know who agrees with you, at least on a micro level? Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
He revealed on a podcast recently, and we'll play it because it's fantastic, that his kids won't be handed anything from him, or at least the boys won't.
You can't reach.
Fox reports that Shaq's, he made millions during his NBA career, playing with 6 different teams, winning 4 championships, winning the 2000 MVP award. He made millions more with his playing career after it was over. The sneaker line, investments in Papa John's, spokesman for the General. He also is a basketball analyst for TNT's NBA shows. Here's a clip of him on Earn Your Leisure. It's a podcast, it's a live podcast, talking about his philosophy as a parent when it comes to money.
So, my kids are older now, and they're kind of upset with me. Not really upset, but they don't understand. Because I tell them all the time, we ain't rich. I'm rich. Yeah, we don't. No, you got to have bachelor's or master's, and then if you want me to invest in one of your companies, you're going to have to present it, boom, 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 bring it to me. I'll let you know. I'm not giving you nothing.
A business plan.
The girls, I'll take care of the girl, but my boys, they're not getting nothing.
That's his philosophy.
Yeah. Him and, executive chef...
Gordon Ramsay?
Gordon Ramsay, yeah, doesn't like his kids up in first
That's
class.
right. Or Warren Buffett, you get college and then lose my number.
Yeah, I would argue as a kid who was an actual poor kid, I would run into a lot of people whose parents were well-to-do, but they're like, my dad never, he said, all I'm paying for is college and a few trips to Europe, but I am not, you're on your own. I'm going to lease you a BMW. I'm not buying it for you.
And do you live in that house or a pup tent out front?
Yeah, there was they weren't going to give me anything.
It's their apartment, technically.
Yeah, my dad helped me with the down payment on my first house, but it's like, you don't understand. There's a different, just knowing they're there. First off, at some point they're going to die. And you're just going to get it by hook or by crook. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what his plans are, but you're gonna
be cut in.
And you're not really ever going to need money in a way that people really need money.
Right.
So it's always there.
Yeah.
But I like it. Toughen them up.
Sonny will have gambling debts.
My son will have
He'll
gambling
need
debts.
the money.
That's
for
right.
Sure.
That's true. Get them started early. Well, there's a woman who's going the opposite direction. This isn't even just about her kids. This is about the staff. I don't know if you heard about the CEO of Spanx. Just celebrated her company's continuing success with a huge gift to the employees. After 21 years in the business, Sarah Blakely gathered all the employees, gave them this touching speech about how she believed her company would be worth $20 million one day. Nobody else believed her. After that, she made this announcement to her team. We have it.
Why am I spinning a globe? I'm spinning a globe because to celebrate this moment, I have bought each one of you 2 first-class tickets to anywhere in the world.
Muncie, Indiana, here I come.
But wait, there's more.
You go on a trip, you might have to you might want to go out to a really nice dinner, you might want to go out to a really nice hotel, and so with everybody's 2 first-class tickets to anywhere in the world, you are each getting $10,000.
Better than Oprah's favorite things.
Yeah.
So this happened.
Fucking Pontiac.
This came on the heels of this private equity firm Blackstone buying a majority stake in the company for now a reported $1.2 billion. So a little present to everybody after that.
I like it.
Full stop.
I think it sends a dangerous message.
That you're cared about?
I have employees. I don't like the idea that they watch such nonsense on the internet.
Well,
Poison the mind.
We've been to Detroit with you.
That's
and,
true. But
you've been to
don't you
parts
guys?
unknown.
Got a bottle of whiskey out of the deal.
I felt this way back, like when Elvis would give his barber a Cadillac or something. Do you think the barber would rather have $37,000? Like, anywhere on the globe, it's cool. You got the 10. I mean, she's great. She's generous, but wouldn't most people, like working people, rather have the
25,000,
13,000K or whatever the price. Like I think most people, it's sort of most people turn into what you turn into. Remember Christmas? At some point, you'd be 14 or 15, and you're like, I just want the cash, man. Like, don't get me any shitty clothes or stupid bike or something.
I'll decide.
I want it.
When you're like 19 or 20 and you're like, is the receipt still here? Because I can return this $50 sweater for $50.
But I think as an employee, or I mean, an employer or whatever, this is one of those lofty things where it's like, I'm going to do something for them that they would never do for themselves. So they don't have a choice but to be selfish. And
do we, as the person that's handing out the golden tickets, is there any follow through? Like, is somebody just Googling most expensive trip or furthest destination? Yeah. And then, like Federico, you could go to Naples, let's say, but if you were just trying to pad the bill and go to like Korea or something, I'd get suspicious. Like it doesn't seem like he wants to go there. It seems like he's trying to spend
the most. To the South Pole?
Yeah, trying to spend the most money. And then are there going to people who like book it? Like Dr. Drew's wife is a travel agent, and like if he got tickets to like, you know, back in the day, I don't know, The View was going to fly him out to New York, get a first class ticket. They said she'd get the first class, hammer those, put him in business, pocket $1,400. You know what I mean?
Shrewd.
Well,
ancillary
there's going to be some of that going on.
Maybe that's
Gotta
their
check
business.
Into it.
You know, I have to ask, speaking of this hot Naples talk, were all your scenes that were supposed to be in Naples actually filmed in Naples in Sopranos?
Yeah, we actually went to Naples to shoot those scenes.
God, those were gorgeous.
I remember for a long time they were trying to find a location in here in America that could double for that. But
Warner Brothers?
Yeah, California Adventure.
yeah. I mean, it's like, you know, they just realized now we just need to go there.
You poor thing.
And the second time I went, it was when Furio's father
for the funeral
passes away, and he had to go there and he talks to his uncle.
Yeah.
There's an interesting little story about the actor that played my uncle. He was a Neapolitan poet that I met in Paterson, New Jersey. And I remember Georgianne Walken had gone through so many actors, and she's like, Federico, do you know anybody that could play your uncle in this? And so I brought like 3 or 4 people in, and they hired like 3 of them out of the 4. And he played, his name was Nino Del Duca.
Wow.
He was just a wonderful guy. And we went to Naples, to actually, instead of Naples, we shot in Rome because they found this beautiful cemetery that overlooked the city and everything. So it was supposed to be Naples, but we shot in Rome.
Not a bad day's work for that guy. That's great.
No, it wasn't. He was very excited.
Wow. Do we have time for one more?
One more.
Okay, good. Because I think that this is a good button on, you know, tangible art is nice. That's cute. But now apparently we really care about non-fungible tokens, or at least we're told we're supposed to. And Quentin Tarantino has finally gotten in on that. He has announced he will sell NFTs of 7 original scenes from Pulp Fiction, according to CNN.
Wow, not even the movies, breaking up into scenes.
Yep, and other stuff. Tarantino auctioned the never-before-seen clips of secret NFTs, which will be built on Secret Network. That's the blockchain that focuses on privacy. The initial auction will take place on this marketplace called OpenSea. So we know these non-fungible tokens, or at least we're still learning, will also include excerpts from the original handwritten script for Pulp Fiction, as well as the exclusive commentary from the writer-director. The commentary from Tarantino will reveal secrets about the film and its creator. CNN goes on to say that for those unfamiliar with NFTs, each one is minted on the blockchain to give it a verified identity, making them collectibles that can be eventually extremely valuable, or at least that's what we keep being told.
Well, yeah, it's crazy.
We're still wrapping our minds around it.
Back in the day, if you were rich, I mean, way back, it just meant you had land. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, the only way you could be rich is to have acreage. Right. You know what I mean?
Property,
that's it. You had land. There was really about it. You had a lot of acreage, and now everything's invisible. Like, it's really hard. It's something to wrap your mind around, the sort of invisible rich of ideas and data and
all stored
digital,
on a blockchain.
stored on a blockchain.
I've actually been approached from different people to try to do NFTs of my artwork, my personal artwork.
And
there is one that we are focusing on right now. It's a painting that I did of Edie and Jim. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's sort of a play on a very famous painting by Piero della Francesca, which is in the Uffizi in Florence. And it's James Gandolfini kind of dressed in that Renaissance garb, sort of facing Edie Falco, and she's also dressed in that in that garb. The painting was sold for quite a bit of money a long time ago to a collector in Canada.
Wow.
And it just recently someone approached me about doing an NFT of that. And so, I'm still wrapping my head around it myself, actually. And there is a convention this week on NFTs in New York City, I believe.
This is such a perfect name for it. The Duke and Duchess of North Coldwell. It's perfect.
That's right, yeah. The original title is The Duke and Duchess of Urbino, right?
When you were telling me about the artist that it was kind of based on and then the gallery or the museum that it was at, I didn't even bother doing the, okay. Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah.
Because I hate when people do that. So let's reenact it. You do the artist and the gallery, and I'll pretend I'll play the interviewer who pretends he knows what you're talking about.
It was Piero della Francesca and the Uffizi Gallery.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, sure. Yeah, I got that. Almost got that Frank Stella art card. I don't know if I. Yeah, okay.
Oh, there you go.
Sure, there you go. Oh, that's right. Oh, very good.
Oh, you don't say.
You nailed it.
Wow, yeah, I know it's scary, but I think in the world of inflation and chain disorders and stagflation and everything else, it's like I want to buy Michael Jordan's tennis shoe for $1.5 million, and I got to get an NFT going.
I know, right?
Like that's weirdly where we're at. All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news. Stupid a fucking game.
Gina. That was the news with Gina Grad.
Well, last but not least, there's LifeLock. Tech support scams trick you into believing something is wrong, and then they steal your personal information, tap your bank account, or install dangerous software on your device. It's important to understand how cybercrime and identity theft are affecting our lives. Every day we put our info at risk on the internet. In an instant, cyber criminals could harm your finances and your credit. Good thing there's LifeLock. LifeLock helps detect a wide range of identity threats like your social security number for sale on the dark web. If they detect your information is out there, they will send you an alert. So protect yourself with LifeLock, right, Dawson?
No one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but you can keep what's yours with LifeLock Identity Theft Protection. Join now and save up to 25% off your first year with promo code ADAM. Call 1-800-LifeLock or head to lifelock.com and use promo code ADAM for 25% off.
All right. I'm going to be out in Baltimore at Magooby's Joke House this Friday. A couple of shows. First one's sold out. And then Philly, Keswick Theater. That'll be Saturday. So come say hi. Federico, thank you so much for joining us, Gina.
So excited.
So excited to punch the mic. Vincent... I'm sorry. I was looking at Pastore. Yeah, he had some technical issues, so wasn't able to join us. But come back and join us anytime to talk art and Sopranos and beyond. Thanks for joining us today.
Would love to. Arrivederci.
Arrivederci.
First class tickets to anywhere in the world. You are each getting $10,000.
Better than Oprah's favorite things.
Yeah.
So this happened.
Pontiac.
This came on the heels of this private equity firm Blackstone buying a majority stake in the company for now a reported $1.2 billion. So a little present to everybody after that.
I like it.
Full stop.
I think it sends a dangerous message.
That you're cared about?
I have employees.